The lost Teddy's friend teddy bear yellow heart. Lina held her teddy bear, Button, extra tight as she stood at the bus stop. Button wasn't just a toy, he was her bedtime listener, her secret keeper, and her brave protector during thunderstorms. Today, though, Button seemed quieter than usual, his stitched smile slightly tilted, as if he sensed something was about to happen. When the bus arrived, Lina climbed on quickly. In the rush, Button slipped from her arms and fell onto the bench behind her. The bus doors closed, and just like that, Button was left behind. Later that afternoon, in a small park near the bus stop, a boy named Sammy noticed something brown resting on the bench. He picked it up gently. The teddy's fur was worn, and one button eye was loose. "This teddy looks lonely," Sammy whispered. Sammy could have taken the teddy home, but instead, he sat beside it and waited. He imagined how sad he would feel if his favorite toy went missing. So, he made a little sign with a marker he found in his bag. Found. A friendly teddy bear. As evening approached, Lina returned to the bus stop with her mother, tears quietly rolling down her cheeks. She had searched everywhere. Then she saw the sign, and the teddy, sitting safely in Sammy's arms. "That's Button," Lina cried. Sammy smiled and carefully handed Button back. "I kept him company so he wouldn't feel scared." Lina hugged Button and then surprised Sammy with a hug too. "Thank you for being his friend when I couldn't." That night, Button rested happily in Lina's arms again. And somewhere across town, Sammy went to sleep feeling warm inside, knowing that a small act of kindness had reunited a lost teddy with the friend who loved him most. The next morning, Lina woke up feeling lighter than she had the day before. Button was safely tucked under her arm, just where he belonged. She remembered Sammy's gentle smile and how carefully he had held Button, as if he understood how important he was. At breakfast, Lina said, "Mama, can I do something kind today, like Sammy did?" Her mother smiled. "Kindness always finds a way back," she said. Later that day at school, Lina brought Button with her. During recess, she noticed a new girl sitting alone near the swings. The girl clutched an empty backpack and stared at the ground, her shoulders slumped. Lina walked over slowly. "Hi," she said softly. "Do you want to sit with us?" The girl looked up. "I'm Noor. I lost my teddy yesterday," she whispered. Lina's heart skipped. She gently lifted Button. "I lost mine too, but someone kind helped me find him." She placed Button between them on the bench. Noor smiled for the first time that day and gently touched Button's paw. "He looks brave," she said. "All teddies are brave," Lina replied. "They help us when we're sad." For the rest of recess, Button sat between the two girls, listening to their laughter and quiet stories. When the bell rang, Noor stood taller, her sadness a little lighter. That afternoon, Lina made a small promise to herself. Just like Sammy had kept Button safe, she would keep her eyes open for chances to help others, big or small. That evening, as Lina hugged Button close, she whispered, "You weren't just lost, you were busy spreading kindness." Button's stitched smile seemed brighter than ever, as if he agreed. Few days later, Lina carried Button everywhere, but something had changed. She no longer held him tightly out of fear of losing him. Instead, she held him proudly, as if he carried a secret mission of his own. At school, Lina noticed that Button seemed to attract smiles. Children waved at him, some even asking to touch his soft paw for luck before a spelling test. Lina realized that Button wasn't just her comfort anymore, he had become a little bridge between hearts. One afternoon, during art class, the teacher announced, "We're drawing something that makes us feel safe." Lina carefully drew Button sitting on a park bench, with two children smiling nearby. When the teacher asked about her drawing, Lina stood up and told the class about the day Button was lost, and how a kind boy named Sammy had taken care of him. The room grew quiet. After class, a boy raised his hand shyly. "I think I've done something like that before," he said. Others nodded too. Soon, the classroom buzzed with stories of returned pencils, shared lunches, and helping hands. Inspired, the teacher placed a small box near the door labeled, "Lost and Found Friends." Inside were notes, drawings, and little objects waiting to be returned to someone who missed them. That evening, Lina and her mother visited the park again. Near the bus stop, Lina spotted Sammy feeding birds. She walked over, Button held high. "Button wanted to say thank you again," Lina said. Sammy laughed. "I think he already did. I felt happy all week." Before they parted, Lina tied a tiny ribbon around Button's paw. "This ribbon means he's a helper now," she explained. That night, Lina placed Button gently on her pillow. She realized something important: Button had never really been lost. He had simply traveled a short path to remind everyone that kindness doesn't disappear, it moves from one heart to another. And as Lina drifted off to sleep, Button rested quietly, a small teddy with a very big job.